Okay, we have a guy here, and there's an issue that a lot of the public maybe don't know, but I have heard of. Anyhow, we're going to see how this goes and take it from there. And what's your name?
Harold Doherty.
And you are?
I'm the father of two sons, one of whom has autistic disorder and has been assessed with profound developmental delays. And I've been involved with autism advocacy as a result of that fact for about the last 11 years in New Brunswick.
Okay, what is autism?
The short and quick answer to that is autism is a neurological disorder. It shows in children usually by the age of 2 to 3, and it's usually shown by behavioral difficulties, communication difficulties, and serious challenges with socialization. In many cases, well, actually I shouldn't say many, but in some cases it can also be intellectual challenges, although that's not a defining characteristic of the disorder as it's currently defined.
In the year 2009, okay, you just answer it in a political manner. Years ago, they called it mentally retarded, right? People that didn't say mentally retarded?
Well, years ago, many people who are now considered autistic would have been classified as mentally retarded. The idea or the category or the definition of someone as mentally retarded still exists,
but it's not politically correct.
It's not politically correct, and people who are now called intellectually impaired or cognitively delayed are often the same people that would have been called mentally retarded years ago. And some of those people have autism disorder as well. But the intellectual part of it, the intellectual impairment, is not one of the defining characteristics of autism, but it accompanies autism in some cases.
Okay, like my cousin, he can't speak, he can't talk, and ever since he was a kid, no communication, but he can listen, he can take orders. Now, the scale from 1 to 10, 10 is bad. Your son would be?
Well, it's hard to put it on a specific number. I already gave you Connor's assessment indication. He's been assessed by a clinical psychologist who's very expert in the field as having profound developmental delays. So to put it in ordinary English, he's severely autistic. It's not possible to put a number on that. It would be meaningless. But in our ordinary language, you would describe my son Connor as severely autistic.
Okay, so, but there is different scale of autism.
There's different degrees or severity of autism, but with autism discussions, things become very intense and controversial very quickly. And one of the issues about which people have great arguments is the idea of severity of autism. I think my son is very severe because he has limited verbal skills and he has limited understanding of the real world. And by that I mean things of serious consequence like automobile traffic, things you encounter every day that could cause harm to him, like automobiles. He doesn't or hasn't always had a full and proper understanding of things like that, of other dangers in the ordinary world that could hurt him quite seriously. So from my perspective, he is severely autistic. Other people who are very good with language, somebody with either high-functioning autism or Asperger's, can also have very serious problems and challenges. And I don't know the statistics on it, but I do know that there are a significant number of people with Asperger's and high-functioning autism who contemplate suicide and sometimes do. We have very real challenges every day because of bullying, because they're perceived as being different.
We'll get to that later. Okay, this is part 1. Thank you very much.